Studio. It's our pleasure to welcome now Kelly Bennett, Multimedia Journalist, SuperTalk Mississippi News. What's happening there, Kelly?
So much, man. It's been a crazy week, especially after that deadly weekend we had. So let me give you the latest from Leland, where they had a mass shooting. 9 people now in custody after that shooting in Leland took the lives of 6 people. Over a dozen were injured, and more arrests are expected. Now, the FBI has set up a website for any tips, relevant information, photos, videos, anything from the shooting that can help them bring 2 unidentified subjects into custody. In fact, they're now offering a reward of up to $5,000 for the person that helps them identify these individuals. Now, if you're not familiar, gunfire erupted at the intersection of 4th Street and North Main Street around midnight last Friday when a large crowd was gathered for a block party following the homecoming football game at Leland High School. The incident appears to have been sparked by a disagreement among several individuals. In total, hundreds of shots were fired. As of Thursday afternoon, 2 of the injured are said to be in critical condition. That was not the only violence, and as a result, a pair of upcoming home football games for Heidelberg High School, which is the reigning 2A champions, have been canceled. Heidelberg's October 17 matchup against Bay Springs tonight won't be taking place. Their October 24th game against Kemper County has also been canceled. According to the West Jasper School District, the decision not to take the field stems from a desire to ensure player safety as law enforcement continue to investigate a fatal shooting on October 6th. We've already talked about that. Now, there have been some other cancellations. Canton High School canceling its tailgating activities today. The Claiborne County Sheriff's Department announced there'll be no after parties following Friday's game against Fayette and Port Gibson. Picayune Memorial High School announced it's canceling tailgating activities for the remainder of the season. Some schools instead decided to increase security on their campuses. Madison County schools are among those, and it's been a lot to keep up with this week.
Yeah, it really has. It's I said it on the show a couple of days ago. It's sad that we have a few people that just have to act up, and they are spoiling it for law-abiding citizens and depriving them of enjoyment and experiences that they should be able to have without fear of some sort of violence. It's really sad that this is going on, but it's good to see law enforcement is on this and making lots of progress towards achieving justice.
Yeah, the FBI jumped right in. And I agree with you, though, on the homecoming activities. I mean, look, I haven't been in high school for a minute, but that's one of the most fun memories when you look back,
Sure.
where, the homecoming games and the high school football games. And my grandson's in band. He's playing at a game this weekend. And it is sad that kind of, it's just sad.
Yeah, we gotta fix it. All right, so what about some missing lottery winners? What's going on there?
Yeah, we've got two $2 million lottery tickets that were sold in Mississippi that are still unclaimed. So you want to look at your lottery tickets if you still got them. One was sold in Moss Point at the Pilot Travel Center and another in Coldwater at Mike's Food and Gas. The Mega Millions ticket matched 5 numbers, but man, I'm having trouble talking today, Gerard. Forgive me. The Mega Millions ticket matched 5 numbers, but not the Mega Ball from the August 26th drawing. A Powerball ticket the next day matched 5 white balls and doubled its prize with the Power Play add-on. Always get the multiplier. I highly recommend that.
It's a dollar,
and you know what
right?
I've noticed? I love to play them when the jackpots are really big. But I've also noticed, and maybe you have too, the Mississippi Match 5 hits more often than not.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
It's up to 52,000 right now. So I started going in. I'll get like a Powerball. Then a couple of days later, I'll get a Mississippi Match 5. Then I'll get the Mega Millions. Then I'll go back and get the Mississippi Match 5. Because, a few thousand May not be $1 million, but it's still more than I got in the bank right now.
Well, we appreciate you playing. Of course, because I'm on the board, board members are not allowed to play, nor is anyone. Yeah, we not only can we not play, but any family members who live in our households cannot play.
Oh, man, you're missing out on
That's what the law says. No, I don't want to. Boy, that'd be the worst thing that could happen is a member of the board hit a big jackpot.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, my gosh. I already stay nervous about my kids possibly hitting it, my adult kids do not live in my household, so they're free to play.
Oh, they're eligible. Okay. So it's immediate family that can't play. I got you. Yeah,
but no, they can't live in your household. That's what the law says. So the fact that they live outside of my household, if they lived in my household, they couldn't play. But they've got their own household, so they can play. That's the way it works.
All right, well, I'm focused on hitting those big jackpots, Gerard. I don't know.
You win, man.
You can't play.
Fantastic. That is fantastic. Chronic absenteeism. This is something that members of our legislature, statewide leaders have talked about in our schools. What the heck's going on here?
Well, it spiked by more than 3% in the 2024 to 25 school year. This is according to a report from the Mississippi Department of Education that was released just yesterday. It shows that 27.6% of Mississippi's public school students missed a significant amount of time in the classroom. Now, the updated figure reflects an increase from the 2023 to 24 rate of 24.4%. The record high 28% occurred in 2021 to 22, so at least we're not there. Chronic absenteeism is defined as missing 10% or more of the school year or more than 18 days for any reason, including excused or unexcused absences and suspensions. Now, the most recent report shows approximately 1/3 of all absences were excused, so the overwhelming majority of students didn't have a valid reason for missing school. And you're right, I've heard Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann talk about hiring more truancy officers to try to get this under control. But it's a problem. But it's not just a problem for Mississippi. It's a problem across the country.
Yeah, totally true. Mississippi execution just happened a couple of days ago. The governor allowed that to proceed. What do you know about that?
This Mississippi man was convicted of kidnapping, raping, and killing a Northeast Mississippi community college student back in 1993. He was executed on Wednesday night, and Fox's Tom Rigotti has more on that.
59-year-old Charles Crawford was declared dead following a lethal injection at the Mississippi State Penitentiary in Parchman. Crawford had spent more than 30 years on death row. He was convicted of abducting Christy Ray from her parents' home in northern Mississippi. When Ray's mother came home, her daughter's car was gone, and a handwritten ransom note had been left on the table. The note was traced back to Crawford, who told authorities he blacked out and did not recall killing Ray. Tom Rigotti, Fox News.
You know what was disturbing about that case, Gerard? He was just about to stand trial for another rape when Ray was murdered. And then you had another death row inmate whose request for a new hearing has been denied by the Mississippi Supreme Court. Martez Abram was sentenced to death for killing 2 people at the Walmart Supercenter in South Haven in 2019. Anthony Brown and Brandon Gales were both fatally shot. Abram's lawyers unsuccessfully argued that evidence was mishandled by the previous court and that the death sentence should be overturned.
Unbelievable. Well, heinous act committed by this individual. When was he sentenced? I'm thinking about being in jail 32 years. Has he been on death row for 32 years?
Are you talking about Crawford?
Yeah,
it's over 30 years. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
3 decades. He used every appeal. I mean, he basically ran out of appeals. So the governor was finally like, look, his guilt is not in question. And, you know, he just exhausted any legal recourse. Yeah.
That's the dang law. All right, before you go cruising the coast, set some records.
It did. It set records. And guess what? We talked to Woody Bailey earlier this week. There are already over 1,000 people registered for Cruising the Coast next year. You want more info on that story and all other things, Mississippi news, just go to supertalk.fm.
Kelly Bennett, multimedia journalist, SuperTalk Mississippi News, is giving us an excellent rundown of all the news that SuperTalk News Department's been tracking. Appreciate it, Kelly.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
We're stepping aside for a break. Middays is coming.